welcome back. So today's video I'm very excited about because I'm essentially combining two of my greatest passions in life, which is bags and Disney. And Disney is a little bit of a new one. I only really started getting into it in 2020 when the great unpleasantness fell upon us and I got really bored on YouTube and started watching Disney World vlogs. And then we went to the parks, so the Disney World parks in 2022, and essentially the rest is history, and now I'm obsessed. And over the years, I will say I have collected quite a lot of Disney related bags, so I thought what better video to do and kick off this Disney phase in my life than a bag collection video. Without further ado, I will just go into it and show you my entire Disney bags collection. The first bag that I ever bought was actually a Loungefly times Disney Dogs backpack that I had recently sold around 2 weeks ago. That was my very first Disney bag. I did love it at the time, but you know, these backpacks, these Loungefly backpacks are quite big and it's difficult to store, and I wasn't really getting too much joy out of using it anymore, so I just passed it on to someone who would love it more than I would. And the second one, the next one that came into my collection, is one of my favorites. So this is the Loungefly. I'm gonna show you all of my Loungefly backpacks first. I have around 7 or 8 of them, so I'll go through them in pretty quick succession, but if you're interested in any more details on this, let me know down below and I can let you know my thoughts and details about them. But anyway, this is the Disney Minnie Mouse main attraction backpacks. I believe they launched in 2020 or 2021, and there was an entire kind of internet frenzy and craze over it. This is one of the more popular resold bags and I guess less desirable bags of the entire collection. There are 12 of them, so one was launched each month after a main attraction that's in Magic Kingdom. And the most desirable ones, I believe, are the Peter Pan and the Carousel ones, and I think also Space Mountain. But this is the Jungle Cruise one. I believe this was a July version, and I immediately just loved it when I first saw it. I loved the combination of the leopard print and the sort of the awnings on top of the boats at Jungle Cruise is a red and white stripe, and it also has a little emblem at the front that has the elephant and some jungle leaves and things like that in the back. This is just a badge that I have had clipped on for our 2022 trip because this was my main backpack that I used in 2022, and honestly this is one of my prized possessions when it comes to Disney related paraphernalia. I love this bag so much, and I'm thinking about bringing this to our Disney World honeymoon. We're going back for our honeymoon in September, and I'm thinking about bringing this back because I didn't bring it back in 2023 and I really missed it. The details on this are honestly just beautiful. It's got burlap pockets on the side and then gold detailing hardware. And the straps, because it's a faux sort of suede Napa material, this is all faux leather, by the way. Loungefly doesn't really use kind of real leather or any materials like that in their bags. Because this is faux suede, it's very bendy and sort of pliable and very comfortable to wear as well. Inside the bag, you can see there are details within each of the Loungefly bags. If you are a Loungefly fan, you already know this, but if you're not, just to let you know. And I love the details within this. Ooh, I still have lots of things from my last trip in there, so ignore that. But it has a green leopard print lining, and it's the same in the front here as well. It's quite loud, so I'll stop clinging it around. But yeah, this was my second Loungefly Disney backpack, and it's one of my favorites. So starting off on a high. Next up is this Mickey Mouse Ghost Loungefly backpack. I essentially got caught in the hype for this. I think I joined a few Facebook groups and watched a lot of YouTube videos, and everybody was raving about how this backpack glows in the dark and that it was very special and it was difficult to get for a little while, but then they had a massive restock and I got it in one of the restocks. And I do love this backpack, but I would say that it's probably one that I got caught in the FOMO instead of actually thinking about what would suit my style. That being said though, I still do use this when we go on trips because we usually go in September time nowadays, so I will be probably bringing this for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party because I do think it's really fun that it glows in the dark. You can't see this right now, but I'll try to insert a clip where it does light up. And again, material wise, it has the softer faux leather in it, and it's really cute that at the back it says Boo, which I love, and I think Mickey looks very, very cute in this kind of style, and he's a very cute backpack. I just don't have that emotional connection towards him necessarily, but I do think that he's quite useful. And With these kinds of bags as well, once you use it a couple of times and you get marks on them, like you can see that it has a few dents, like he has a few marks on the side, like the resale value for him will probably be quite low. And because I do still find a use for him, I'll probably still keep him in my collection. But yeah, I guess note to self for myself, stop going after the hype items without actually evaluating whether or not it is for you. The lining of this one is also very cute. He's just ghost Mickeys everywhere. And yeah, this is a very kind of seasonal bag, I guess, for me. Hopefully as time goes on, I'll probably go for the more classic or the styles that I adhere to a little bit more. But yeah, he's just really cute though in general. So close up of him, silver hardware, black background, very pliable, very comfortable, especially if you're going to a Halloween party. He's not going to dig into your shoulders or anything. So ghost Mickey. This next one is quite special to me because my partner actually gifted this to me in our 2022 trip. This is the Mickey's main attraction collection. So after Minnie's was hugely successful, they came out with Mickey's, which I would probably argue is less successful, but this was the January rendition, so the Space Mountain version of the Mickey's main attraction series. And again, they launched one every single month. I do love this one because of its sentimental value. My partner picked this out for me or saw it in the World of Disney store in Disney Springs in Florida, and I made a beeline towards it and he very kindly purchased it for me. So in my heart and in my mind, this will always hold a special place. And I do think that it's quite useful because it's a faux patent leather. And he's got the really cute galactical kind of front pocket and a matching band at the back over here. I'm not doing a good job, aren't I? Band over here, and he's got sequined silver ears on top of him and also matching sequined detailing over here. And you can actually see Space Mountain embroidered on the side pocket over here as well. And he also says Space Mountain at the bottom over here. And I love the Loungefly backpacks that have a pocket that protrudes out a little bit like so. So it's similar to the Minnie's main attraction one that also protrudes out to the side like this. And I find that those pockets fit a little bit more and it's easier to use when I'm actually in the parks. So it's just my preferred style of pocket if you're interested. He's got silver hardware as well and a beautiful night sky galactic background, as you can see here, which matches the pocket detailing that is on the front. I believe the reason why that this wasn't as successful as the Minnie one was because of these two like circles or oblong. It's basically Mickey's trousers but I feel like because these two are kind of non-negotiables in terms of placement in the front pocket, it kind of limits the amount of free space. Personally, he's still one of my favorites, and again, it's one that I'm also debating whether or not to bring to Disney World with us when we go to our honeymoon. Right, finally breaking the favorites streak. So this one I have listed on Vinted, and I'm hoping to rehome this to someone who would appreciate it more. I have again found out that I'm probably just not a sequined backpack person. It is really beautiful. So it's a sort of magenta pink, dark pink, all over sequined backpack. And she's also got the pockets that I do like on the side that kind of juts out like this. And pockets wise, it is my preferred style of pockets. So logistically, I thought that she was going to be one of my favorites, but I just found that whilst wearing her, I wore her to Disneyland Paris. The sequins, because they jut out a bit on the sides, it rubs my back a little bit and I could feel the sequins on me, and it just wasn't my favorite. I find that a bit difficult to match as well because you're not kind of going full Disney themed, you're just going a little bit more refined. And I find that with backpacks that are refined, subtle Disney is actually ones that I don't prefer. I like the ones that are quite out there and, you know, are obviously themed, I guess. So yeah, she is actually one that I'm going to rehome. In terms of faux leather style wise, this is a faux Saffiano leather, so similar to, you know, like the Prada bags. And straps wise, you can see that she's actually quite stiff because it's a faux Saffiano leather, which isn't a problem, but it's just something to be mindful of as well. I do like also, just one thing, the Loungefly backpacks that say Disney parks instead of just Disney. I don't really know why. I think because my affinity to Disney is mainly with the parks that I find that that's more intriguing to me. But for, I mean, I do still have backpacks that just say Disney on it. but yeah, it's just another preference kind of situation. But yeah, I'm hoping to rehome this one quite soon so that somebody else can actually enjoy her in all of her glory, rather than me just sitting there umming and ahhing about whether or not I like her or not. Sorry, before I put her away, show you the lining. The lining is just a polka dot magenta pink. I don't want to bend her too much, and she's also fully stuffed, so yeah. Next in line, one of my favorites in 2023, but actually I don't know if I love it too much anymore, but I am still keen to keep it. This is the Cinderella's Disney Loungefly. So she is really cute. She has the Jack Jack and Gus Gus, and my dog's name is Gus Gus. He's a corgi and he's basically Gus Gus in dog form, and that's probably, I mean, yes, this is 100% why I purchased this bag, is just for Gus Gus in the teacup over there looking really cute. And then the other three mice as well over here looking a little bit distressed because God knows what they are up to. This was a favorite of mine in 2023 because I loved how it looked slightly more feminine, because it's Cinderella. Cinderella's usually pink and blue anyway, but I liked how prominent Gus Gus was on the front pocket. And usability wise, I actually loved him because this pocket is so massive that you can actually just put whatever you wanted in there. And the details of this bag is actually insane. If you open it like this, you can see the rest of the mice's dresses, which I found really cool. And then the lining is them all kind of stitching and running around just being cute. And also the zipper pull is actually a key. I don't know if you can see that. So yeah, the details of this bag was just beautiful. As a bag as well, it's very pliable. It's the faux sort of soft leather material, so not this more stiff faux Saffiano leather. And the zipper just works really well. It's also got inside pockets at the back, which I don't know if you can see, but yeah, over here. So yeah, it's one of the most kind of useful bags that I've had from Loungefly. I do find that sometimes with Loungefly bags, depending on which ones you get, could be either quite stiff and like just clunky to use, especially if you want to carry a lot in the parks. I just really loved this one in 2023. Oh, it also has Lucifer at the back, by the way. The reason why I'm not so sure anymore going into 2025 is because I think that my Disney style has actually changed a little bit. I am more into the nostalgic 90s vibes now, and this is quite feminine and cute. So I don't know if this will actually be one that I take on our honeymoon with us in September, but I'll keep you updated and let you know if you're interested. But yeah, gold hardware, beautiful bag, beautiful details, got Gus Gus in the front, but yeah, just not so sure because I don't know if I am particularly a feminine dresser at Disney. So this one is quite a contrast to my pink and girly Cinderella backpack. This is the Aviator Mickey backpack, and the second that I saw this, I immediately wanted him, and I just kept an eyeball on him for quite a while. This is one of my favorite backpacks just because he looks so cute as an aviator, and I love this sort of nostalgic vibes that I was mentioning, the 90s vibe, and I think that he really emulates that. I love his goggles in the front. He looks really happy and cute over here in the center, and the art style for this Mickey is more traditional, which I'm a fan of. And then he's also got kind of fluffy details over here. He's got a little aviator badge, a little airplane zipper detail, his front plaque, and then he's got the Mickey sort of aviator patch on the side, and another one over here of him traveling around the world. And then in the back you can see Flying Ace, which I find so cute. So overall, I feel like he just really emulates my kind of style, and I love him. And usability wise as well, again, gold zipper pulls, very soft, very pliable, that kind of soft faux leather material that I really like. Color wise as well is a bit more muted, so you know, the greens, chocolate brown and black, like pretty easy to match with a lot of the outfits that I already have. So the inside pocket for him, it just says Mickey over here with blue skies, which I find beautiful. The one thing I will say is the front pocket is not very useful, so it's almost an envelope pocket. You can see doesn't fit too much in it, but you know, it's not really an issue, I guess, when you're this cute. So yeah, Aviator Mickey, and I love him. This next one, you'll probably see a theme as to what I like. I just, if I'm getting a Disney backpack, I feel like I want it to be as overtly Disney and nostalgic and almost like if Disney threw up on you. That's kind of the vibe that I'm going for. This is Maui. I love him! He's gray, so he goes with a lot, and you can see that he's got this is basically what sold me. It's his little fin over here, and he just looks so cute and funny. I don't know what else to say and how else to describe it. And again, he's like a full pebbled leather material, so very soft and smushy. I'll just go into more details of the bag. He's got his teeth showing in the front. He's got his little skirt. I don't know what this is called, but I love him. And then at the back it says "You're welcome," which is fine. It's not one of my favorites, but it's not something that I hate either. And then he's got his little fins on the side over here as well, and the plaque is actually on the side of this one, so it doesn't kind of obstruct any of the design in the front. The inside lining is basically Maui's tattoo, which I love. Moana, I would say, is one of those movies that have grown on me over the years. So when it first came out, I believe in 2016 or 2017 or something like that, I thought it was a good movie, but I didn't actually resonate with it that much. But then over the years, I found that it was quite funny. The characters are really cute, especially Maui as a shark and Pua. Hey, I'm not the biggest fan of, but you know, that's fine. I can still live with that. But yeah, I don't really actually have anything to say in terms of personal affinity with Maui. The only and sole reason that I purchased this was because he looks really cute as a little shark. And that's what a Disney backpack needs to be about, right? You just want to have some fun. He is essentially the definition of Disney backpack to me. So yeah, one of my favorites. I just love him. Like, look how cute. Last but not least, this is my latest acquisition, and I actually bought this on the Disney Dream when we went on one of the European sailings that Disney Cruise Line does every summer. I think they started this a few years ago, and last year was the Disney Dream. This year is actually the Disney Fantasy that's coming over, but I knew from the get-go, watching the vlogs, I just love the design of this through and through, and I wanted something to commemorate my very first cruise ever and my very first Disney cruise ever, and I thought that this was the kind of perfect way to treat myself if I needed to treat myself further, you know what I mean? Details wise, it just has the gold mini bow on the top, and then I love how the plaque says Disney Cruise Line rather than Disney Parks or just Disney. It has a lot of different characters in the portholes. So that's essentially an all-over print of different designs on the portholes. You can see the characters better on the back. So you have Rapunzel, Dumbo, Goofy, Mickey, Sorcerer Mickey, and Donald, I believe, are the main characters that are here. And this is at it's either the bow, I think it's the bow of the ship, but for Disney cruise ships, they usually have a character that kind of drapes across the name of the ship. And for the Disney Dream, it's Fantasia Mickey and the Broom, which is one of my favorites. I think, yeah, when I found out that the Disney Dream was coming and I found out that Mickey and the Broom was going to be on the bow, I just knew that this was definitely going to be one of my #1 items that I wanted to get. This was quite a ordeal to get. The gift shops on board for the European sailings, I think because they come less frequently and there are less sailings, people go really all out to try to get the merchandise that they want. And I was reading reviews online. I had joined, again, Facebook groups and things like that. And a lot of people were saying that the experience was really stressful and that they weren't able to get the items that they wanted. So I didn't really want it to impact my cruise too much because we were only there for 4 nights, so I wanted to enjoy myself. So I had kind of this mindset of if it's still there, then it's still there kind of thing. So I didn't line up for the shops, but you know, we came out of the first night show and the gift shops had opened because you can't actually open it when you're docked at the port. They need to be available at sea so that it's tax-free. I saw this one. It was the last one left. It was left in a little like corner off of a stand that I don't think it even belonged in. I think somebody picked it up and then decided against it and left it there, and I just went for a straight beeline towards her picked her up and then went to the checkout. So, and then I never saw this Loungefly backpack again for the rest of the cruise. Surely there will be lots of restocks for other sailings and things like that. Like, these things aren't as limited edition as I think that I've kind of convinced myself to be, but you know, this was sort of the cherry on top for me for the trip, and I was able to use it my entire cruise. It's one of my prized possessions. I am tempted to bring this to the honeymoon, but I don't really know if it will be out of place because it says Disney Cruise Line and we're not actually doing a cruise this time around. She's just so pretty, and I feel like she will go with a lot of things because she's navy blue and gold, and I wear gold jewelry, so I feel like this might be a contender. My suitcase is sounding very packed. Lining. The lining is quite plain and boring, I will say, so it just says Disney Cruise Line in the back here. Right, so that was all of my Loungefly. So I'll go into the miscellaneous other bags. I only have 3 more. So one is from Stoney Clover Lane, the other one's from Coach, and one of them is from Dooney Burke. And all 3 of them I love. So the first one that I'll show you is this one from Coach. This is actually the Walt Disney World 50th anniversary Coach bag. I got this for my birthday from my partner because I asked for it. I just absolutely love this one. It's a kind of a shoulder bum bag, I would say. It's quite large to be actually around the kind of waist area, so I usually wear it as a sling bag. It's leather and canvas, I will say, from Coach, and the details on it is just one of my favorites. So Donald is over here with Daisy, and then Mickey and Minnie, and then the Cinderella's castle from Walt Disney World in front and center over here, and then it has Walt Disney World embossed in the back over here. The details on this bag are just beautiful. I love how it says Walt Disney World 50. You can see it. Yes, you can. And then it has Disney times Coach on the other side. The finishing is just beautiful. The zipper pull is very, very comfortable to pull back and forth. And the compartments inside, it's quite a thin bag, I will say. So this will be probably one of the bags that I bring to our honeymoon with me for a dinner out, or Disney Springs, or somewhere where I'm not going into the parks and need a lot of things like water and electrolytes and my camera. Yeah, you can see that it's pretty thin. My hand pretty much fits like this way in. I will say that usability wise, because it's so thin and long and large this way, that sometimes I do get scared when I'm opening the bag up that things will just spill out. It hasn't happened yet, but it is something that I'm mindful of. Strap, I will say as well, is webbed, but it's kind of a felty cotton material. I am cognizant that it could get quite dirty, so I'm a little bit careful with this as well. Next up is this fanny pack that has a massive stain on it from something that I don't even know, but I have tried washing it, but it hasn't really worked. But stain aside, this is the Daisy Duck Jumbo Fanny Pack from Stoney Clover Lane. When I was at the height of my Disney blues in 2023, I started stalking a lot of Disney World haul videos and things like that, and this is, I think, when Stoney Clover Lane blew up and just took over the internet basically for anybody who's in the Disney community. And I just really wanted one of these, and I wanted the purple one. I wanted Daisy. I don't really have a personal affinity to Daisy, but I definitely do like her still. I actually ordered this to my friend's house in New York, and when he came over to London, he brought it for me. I'm probably pretty sure that he has many questions as to why he was ordering these backpacks for me. I do really like it. I feel like this is another one of those where I probably got swept up in the hype, and I'm not too sure if I will get tons of use out of it. I did bring it on our 2023 trip, and I enjoyed using it for the most part, except for this one detail. So because the flap is quite large over here, if you put anything, okay, I'm sat at my dining room table, so I have bagels, like this. If you have something heavy in the front and you're trying to dig through for something else, your heavier item in the front will probably fall out. And that is the one thing that I found quite, not difficult, but something to be conscious of when I was using this bag. And I mean, I still did use it quite a bit, and you know, because it doesn't take up any space at all, you can fold it up to be quite small. I'll probably take it with me, but do I need another Stoney Clover Lane jumbo fanny pack? Probably not. I think I might invest in just a bagoo or something and put pins on it. I've seen people do that. I've started doing it myself as well. I know those aren't like specific Disney bags, but yeah, I think usability wise, this is probably ranking a little bit lower than what I expected it to be. Details on the bag, you can see Daisy is everywhere. She is really cute, and it's got the Disney zipper pull tag over here. Inside there's no, that's another thing actually, there's no compartments or zipper pockets at all, so all of your things are basically lumped together, and there's no like tools for organization, I guess, and which makes me even more nervous that my things are just gonna fall out, because there's no way that I can maybe put my camera or my wallet in a zippered pocket so that, you know, if things fall out then I don't really care. It is cute, but I probably wouldn't purchase another Stoney Clover Lane jumbo fanny pack. But never say never, because I can probably get suckered in quite easily again. Last but not least, this is probably one of my greatest finds, I would say, in the Disney World merch vintage secondhand sphere. This is the Dooney Burke hobo bag thing. I think it's called a hobo bag, but it's a shoulder bag, so you put it over here. And I found this on Vinted for I think £60, and I was so happy with myself because outside of this I kind of found out that it was one of the anniversary items. I forgot like the exact year, so I'll put the details down below. Got a beautiful patina, almost similar to the Louis Vuitton types. The canvas has yellowed a bit, so you can see that it's kind of got a yellowy tinge. I'm thinking when this was brand new it was probably cream colored, but I don't mind it because it just gives that overall vintage feeling to it, which I really love. The thing that really drew me to it was the amount of parks that were showcased here and the kind of original icons. So it's got Walt in the front and center, it's got Epcot, it's got Animal Kingdom, it has the old Magic Kingdom park map, which I have a matching spirit jersey from the Walt Disney World 50th anniversary collection, and it has, you know, the original Walt Disney World kind of banner over here. It has Pluto, it has the train, it has like, if you are a true Disney fan then you'll know what I'm going on and on and on about, but yeah, if not, just know that this is just really nostalgic. It has all of the things that I wish I experienced when I was, you know, way back when and a child, but you know, I'm making up for it by buying bags that have the stuff on it, you know? I use this a lot in London actually. So when I'm just going out and about in the shops and things like that, because it's so easy to throw on. The straps are quite long as well. I've never actually brought this on a trip, but maybe I will. I might as well just bring all of the bags, right? It has a beautiful luggage tag over here that says Dooney Burke, and that just flops in the side. A zipper pocket at the back, and then I love this detail. This tiny little pocket, I'm guessing, was for the phones, the 2000s. I remember when my phone was this shape. And then it has a kind of lanyard thing, so it's kind of similar to a Louis Vuitton, I will say. I just love this one, and the inside as well. Like, I just love details like this. I love finding vintage Disney things, so if you're interested in a video all about that, let me know. This one's vintage as well. This is a Wilderness Lodge fleece. It has the vintage Disney parks kind of sewn in there. I'm just so happy that I found this. One of my most prized possessions. It's probably not a bag that I'll be using a lot, even if I do bring it on the honeymoon. Like, I will probably need to decide between this one and this one, which one to bring, because we are very much go, go, go type of people when we're in the parks. So I don't know how much time we will actually get to mosey around and meander. I will try to schedule time in for that though, because each and every trip we basically, our hips give out, our feet give out, we just give out in the heat as well. I don't really know if I will get the enough occasions to wear both of these as sort of an evening nice to have bag. So some tough decisions will need to be made. So yeah, that was everything. That was all of my Disney bags. That might be a lot to some people, not a lot to some people. Let me know what your thoughts are. Which one was your favorite bag? I love watching these types of videos because it gives me a better idea of what I'm trying to go for in terms of Disney outfit planning, which is essentially number 2 of my top 3 things that I like to do for pre-Disney trip planning process. If you like this sort of video, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to hear more of this. Next time I am thinking about doing a Disney entire clothing collection video, which will be a mammoth task and a half, but I'm excited for it. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for joining me on this Disney journey. If you're here from one of my earlier videos, this is just something that I'm trying to branch out to, show you another side of my interests. So yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!